Now, we are always making to-do lists. Many of us have multiple going at one time, but have you ever written a to-don't list? Tracy P and I are going to discuss what's on ours in today's T&T Chat. You know, we thought it would be a good idea to talk about all the things we're not going to do this year, because I think when we sort of look ahead, a lot of us automatically start thinking about, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. Well, no, these are all the things we won't be doing. And T, we'll go back and forth. I'm going to start with my first one, and it is responding immediately to anything. Emails, texts, requests, bookings. And the reason why I'm going to take some time is I think that I remember one year my whole goal was to get back to everyone as quickly as possible. The problem with that is that I end up making decisions while I'm multitasking. And I find that multitasking is not the best. You're not in the best mind space to be actually responding to anything. I need to think about what's happening in my calendar and not just go ahead and book that gig because it looks good and I feel the pressure of them needing an answer right away. Texts. You need to think before you send a text. And I think that there's a lot of miscommunication in digital communication. So you need to take the time to pause before you respond. And another thing you need to take the time to respond to, social media. We have this thing like fast fingers. You got to get the comment and back right away. But the thing is, if someone sends you something unpleasant and you want to lash out at them right away, sometimes that is not the right move. Like, you have to have some impulse control, sit on it, think about, first of all, is this worth my time and energy? And if it is, let's really think about what the appropriate response would be to this. So I am going to stop before I do any replies to anything. That's my first to don't. What about you, T?
I should steal that one because I've made a lot of decisions while multitasking, and then like a week later when I'm called on it, I was like, when did I agree to do that? Like, when did I agree to do that? But for me, what I'm going to do, I'm serious, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to be on social media as much as I was before. That's a big one for me. For me, it's just a matter of when I'm on there, and I know a lot of people go through this, but a lot of people don't want to admit it. But I'm here to admit it, and I will take this on for everybody. Sometimes when I go on there, it makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I feel bad after I get off of it, right? So I look at other people, I compare myself, and I know a lot of people just don't want to admit that that's what goes on, but it is what goes on. For me, at least, it is. And so for me, I don't want to go on there as much anymore for productivity reasons, and also it just, sometimes I find myself getting into that swirling eddy of despair of comparing myself to other people, and it's just, it's not good. So if it makes you feel bad, then don't do it as much. So that's mine.
Oh yeah, I've had perfectly good weekends, and then all of a sudden my weekend is smashed to pieces because I opened up my social media and I saw something that hurt, pissed me off. I compared myself. It ruined the whole thing. I was fine before I opened my phone. Like, why do we do this to ourselves? So yes, I love that one. Definitely trying to do that as well. So my next to don't is saying yes to anything that makes my tummy hurt, which sounds like I'm a toddler, but what it means is these requests come in and you look at it and you think to yourself, oh my gosh, I have to do it. Like, usually it's charitable or it's volunteer or it's to help, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, like, I don't feel like I have the time. Like, but I have to do it. I have to do it. I have to help. But you know inside, your gut is telling you, you actually can't take this on. You don't have the bandwidth for this. Why do you feel like you have to? Like, what is that feeling about? So now that I've added pausing before I respond, I'm also going to add, if it just don't feel right, don't do it. And I don't owe anyone an explanation. It's just what my body is telling me, and I have to follow that. What's your next one, T?
I'm not going to lose contact with friends. Like, I've gotten busy, and you lose contact with certain people, and now that we've all had to slow down and a lot of us are home, and I've reconnected with a lot of friends that I just lost contact with. It's not that there was a fight or anything like that. You just lose contact. You get busy, they get married, whatever, things happen. And now I've reconnected with those people, and I'm so much happier that they're back in my life. So what I'm not going to do moving forward is lose connection connection with those friends. Friendships are work, right? You got to make sure you stay in contact with people. So that's what I'm going to do.
It's really good to connect again. I think that it's really important. Okay, here's my next one. Holding myself to a higher standard than I hold everyone else. Now, some might say this is a plus and a good thing, but I don't think I can always expect myself to rise above the fray. I think it is a little bit self-defeating. I think that I also have to remind myself that I'm human. I forgive people all the time for falling short. So now it's time for me to start forgiving myself as well. T, I'll let you do the next one.
I'm not getting up and moving, and I've said this a million times in the show, but I feel like my body's atrophying, right? So like I go up a flight of stairs and I'm like, woo! Yeah, I'm done for the day. I need a nap. So what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna just like sit around all the time. I'm gonna get up and move. And I bought like a whole bunch of hip hop DVDs that I need to put in and kind of like move around. Because if I move around, I want it to be fun. I like to dance and have a party. So for me, that's what I'm not gonna do. Is I'm not gonna just sit around anymore. I'm gonna get up and move, and I'm gonna make it fun because I'm gonna do a little hip hop dance.
Yeah. You know what? It's the smartest thing you can do, because if you actually look forward to it has to be something fun that you want to do. If it isn't, like I have a jam every morning in my basement. I'm by myself. My dog's giving me side eye, but I got the music loud in my ear. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So you'll look forward to it. You'll look forward to it, and I know that you'll stick to it. Really good to don't list. I like this idea. Thank you, T.